Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of our trifecta of basketball today here on Martin Luther King MLK Classic, sponsored by Adidas Huntington Prep. Coach Rob Fulford had us come down today. Great thanks to him, Coach. But our third game will feature Chesapeake, Ohio, and the Logan Wildcats out of West Virginia. Me and Tony will go over the starters here just briefly as we get ready for tip-off here on WVSportsnet.com.
And here is your starting lineup for Chesapeake. Number 5, Patrick Hintz. Number 4, 6'2" guard Nathan Copley. Number 33, Javon Thompson. Number 34, forward, 6'5", Austin McMaster. And number 55, the big man, squaring off with Trevor Andrews in the middle of the court, Colin Kennedy, 6'7".
And always for your Logan Wildcats, number 5, Deontay Coleman, he's 6'2". Number 13, Paul Herbert Williamson, he's 6'3". Number 24, Trevor Andrews, he's 6'7". Number 32, the sharpshooter, Stevie Browning, he's 6'3". And number 54, Gary Miller, 6'7", anchor down low for Mark Hatcher's Wildcats.
And wow, they're going to say that ball was actually off of Trevor Andrews. He had a nice block there from behind on number 34, Austin McMaster. Nice inside presence there by Trevor Andrews, coming right off the bat and letting that guy know. He's like, hey, you're going to have to work a little harder. You want to score on me.
Well, Logan wearing their traditional blue and gold, and Chesapeake, Ohio team in the white and, what is that, purple, Tony?
Yes, sir. Purple and white, Chesapeake. They're in my region up at Garaway High School in Ohio. I've seen this team once before, but way back. I was like 2003. Paul Williamson firing up. He's going to pick up right where he left off on Friday. I tell you what, if there's ever a confidence booster in a game, Paul Williamson had one on Friday as he had 35 points in the upset over number 1 Wheeling Park, including that spectacular and one play with 1.2 seconds left to give Logan the lead for good in that one, 63-62, as we had a missed 3-point play there by number 4 Nathan Copley. Now Deontay Coleman going to work on number 33 Javon Thompson.
Another 5-second call, Tony. We saw that call more here today than we have in a whole season of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, that first game we watched Rio Grande JV team, B squad, go up against Notre Dame Prep out of Maryland, and they had at least 3 or 4 5-second violation called and 2 inbound 5-second violation called.
Yep.
Shot up, no good by McMaster.
Get out of here,
Put back,
Trevor.
no good by Kennedy. Trevor with his second blocks here. And Gary Miller went up for it with number 4, Nathan Copley, and Copley touched it last for the Panthers. And 3-0 is your score here in the first quarter, 6:38 to go.
Yeah, Copley was trying to climb that tree, a.k.a. Gary Miller in the middle. He jumped up, and he had white defenders. He took him up and down with him, Tony. They're just hanging on him like limbs.
And Deontay Coleman, coast to coast, down the right-hand lane. And he goes up for it. And he gets his first basket, Mr. Coleman. Impressive take there. And here we have a nice turnaround jump shot by Colin Kennedy for the visiting Panthers. Well, I guess they're both visiting. This is a neutral site game here. But Logan's a team from West Virginia, and we're in West Virginia. And the ball's tipped out of bounds there by Patrick Hintz of Chesapeake, guarding Stevie Browning there.
Logan's actually the guest on the scoreboard, right, Tony?
Actually, they are, because they are wearing the blues, and Chesapeake's wearing the homestanding whites. Chesapeake ranks 2nd or 3rd in the state of Ohio in their division, and that's very impressive. So Logan going to get a 3, though, there by Deontay Coleman. He's going to say I have to step it up here in this one. No cupcake after a Wheeling Park game on Friday. And Deontay Coleman does the right thing there. I'll tell you what, Colin Kennedy down here on this end, back-to-back jumpers into paint. This boy knows how to play around the rim, don't he, John?
Yes, he does. Yes, sir. He's been real soft. Good finishes.
And Paul Williamson right back in the eye of Nathan Copley. And now Paul Williamson, he now has 2 threes.
Yeah, so much for a hangover, Tony. We talked about, that game Friday night against Wheeling Park, whether it was going to take any juice out of this Logan squad coming into Monday. First few minutes, it hadn't slowed them down, Tony.
No, it has not. 11-4 is your score. Logan up by 7 with 5:25 remaining. Gary Miller's going to get charged with a foul on the floor. team's first. And a nice inbound pass by Chesapeake to Austin McMaster. He goes up with it, 11-6, Logan by 5.
There's definitely a breakdown on the defensive side. Definitely don't want something that easy coming off the inbound.
And Paul Williamson going to go into the paint. He's going to get called for the travel. And he did take 3 steps. Hatcher didn't like the call, but I'm going to have to side with the guy on the stripes on that one. We have a timeout taken on the floor, or officials timeout, one of the two. Official over there at the scores table. Full timeout taken. We're going to have to take immediate timeout here. WSAZ must be having some technical difficulties over there. That's too bad. It's 11-6. 5:11 to go in the first quarter. So a 60-second timeout. As over on the scores table, they try to work out their problems.
We've been there, haven't we, Tony?
Oh gosh, yeah. We got pretty lucky today. We just kind of found our own spot and said WVSN territory. And as you can see, as a result, you have this nice little aerial view of the Veterans Memorial Fieldhouse, Old Marshall University Gymnasium over here in Huntington. It's been an absolute great day of basketball. It's been the 4th game of this one. Rob Fulford of Huntington Prep doing an absolute fantastic job of putting on a great tournament, a great turnout. I mean, there's 6,000 seats here, so it kind of looks like it's not that filled up, but I guarantee you there's probably at least 1,000 people in here.
Oh, absolutely. And, throughout the day, yeah, they've eclipsed that number. We had quite a few leave when Huntington Prep exited the building. Yeah,
when come and gone, but as many know, Logan travels very, very well. And I tell you what, there's a lot of purple over there across there, too. Chesapeake.
Yeah, right across the river, Tony.
Crossing that river and purple Raider. Purple Panther Pride, I guess. That's what I want to call them.
There's been no hangover for the Wildcats so far. Deontay, he's even showed up. He was kind of non-existent at times in that Wheeling Park game. He's come, and I like his aggressiveness. Took one to the basket, then he hit an open shot from the corner, and Paul continues his success shooting the ball. Logan will be a hard team to beat going down the stretch, Tony, due to just all the experience on the team and that kind of scoring performance. Out of 2 guards, what are you going to do with that?
You can't. Now McMaster over the left-hand side to Kennedy. Up top the key to Copley.
Now, this Chesapeake team looks a lot different than the team that Logan faced against Wheeling Park.
They were athletic, weren't they?
Yes, they were. They didn't have very many set offenses, Tony. They relied on their athleticism to get up and down the floor.
Paul Williamson finding Trevor Andrews. Gets Paul Williamson open for 3. Front rim, no good. As Coleman stepped on the baseline there. Tried to do a little butterfeet move there, but couldn't quite pull it off.
I don't think he expected to get to the ball that quick, Tony.
No, sir. And coming back down the way is Javon Thompson leading the way for the Panthers. He gives it over to right-hand side, number 5, Patrick Hintz. Now to top key McMaster. He'll fire a 3. No good. Rebound's going to go to Kennedy. He's going up with it. And he's going to get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2.
Who's going to get with that one? Miller?
If it's Gary Miller, that's going to be his second, and it is.
Yep. Got to go get him.
In comes Seth Hayner. Both Seth Hayner and Gary Miller transfers from Mahan High School.
Logan's also without, is it TJ?
Yeah, TJ, I forget what his, TJ Tomlin, 6'8" sophomore. He's out.
Yeah, he broke his foot. He actually got into some JV action last time when he was at Logan. Hopefully he's on his road to recovery.
The ball's tipped out of bounds. So 1 of 2 was Colin Kennedy from the line. 11-7 is your score. Logan 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go. He's now under 4 minutes. Deontay Coleman working. Javon Thompson gives over to Browning. Now we're to Hayner. Hayner to Williamson. Williamson working on Copley. Draws the contact. But he's working on Conley, but number 34, McMaster, came up and drew the foul. He's going to send Paul to the line to shoot two. And that's probably not the guy you want to send to the line, as we had him going 14 for 15 for 15 on last Friday from the charity stripe.
Hey, Tony, he does as well as anybody of getting his man in the air, drawing that contact, and not only does he get the contact and get the foul, he gets the shot off, and then it has a pretty legit shot most of the time of going in.
And he misses the second one. And Paul, I think he's a great prospect at the collegiate level. We're going to have a backcourt violation here or out of bounds. Either way, it's going to go to Logan. But Paul, some people will say he may not have the quickest steps. He may not be the quickest person. He's fast,
right?
But he just may not be the quickest. So he's developed his game to draw extra contact and be a little more finesse on the finishing end of it,
right? And
earn his points at the free throw line. As Deontay Coleman got the inbound pass, shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Copley. He's going to work over to the right-hand side, give it over to Patrick Kentz, fires a three, no good. Rebound's going to go to McMaster. He's going to go to the lane. Shot altered by Andrews. Didn't necessarily get a hand on the ball, but his hand was put in the way and forced McMaster to take a shot over to the left-hand side. Now Deontay Coleman's going to go down into the paint, trying to get it down low to Trevor Andrews, but it's stolen away by number 33, Javon Thompson. He fires up the shot. No good. Paul Williamson with the rebound. He's going to try to push the ball up the floor, and we're going to have a personal foul here by number 34, McMaster. Now he's got two.
Well, you said it best down here. Trevor Andrews didn't block the shot, Tony. He altered the shot. And, that's not an actual statistic. Let me tell you what, that makes a world of difference in a ball game when you think you can go to the lane wide open and 6'7" Air Canada jumping out of the gym at you. Knowing if you put it up, he's going to put it up here where we're sitting.
And we're up there. But it's not that Trevor is 6'7". It's the fact that he's got them long arms. He's got that long, Hashim Thabit, how he was at UConn. I mean, he's no Hashim Thabit, but he had that frame, tall, long, lanky.
Right.
But when you got lanky, that means you got a wingspan. He may be 6'7" with his hands up in the air. He's 7'2".
Yeah, and when you go horizontal too, Tony, he may not be 6'7", he may be 6'10", 6'11". You talking about taking out passing lanes, you're standing up here in the booth, and I've got my hands all out, and I'm trying to show you. The viewers can't see me, but when you're 6'7" and you're standing in the middle at the foul line, you can stretch your arms out, and it touches both sides of the foul line. That's a huge advantage for you on the defensive end.
Especially in southern West Virginia. There's just not a players with that kind of frame around. And I know where Chesapeake's at, and I know they don't have a players like that either.
Right.